The views and opinions expressed by the host do not necessarily reflect those of the company and its management. Furthermore, the views and opinions expressed by the guests do not reflect those of the hosts, the show, the management, or the network.
Hey, what's up? Welcome to Boomer Babe Podcast. This is your host, Katie. Welcome to the podcast about my life, current news, lifestyle, millennial struggles, and anything under the sun. So if that sounds like your jam, please stick around. So, kamusta kayo guys? I hope you are listening to this dry and high. Charing. I'm recording this podcast ng isang maulan na afternoon. There is a typhoon yata, signal number 5. Today, nakikita ko yung hampas ng hangin sa labas. Ang lakas na lakas. Pero actually, hindi ko siya masyado nararamdaman. Pero nakikita ko yung hampas ng hangin, yung ulan outside. And malakas talaga siya. Sana okay pa yung bahay namin sa Laguna. Kasi marami kaming puno. So baka nagsidapaan na yung mga puno doon. Anyway, stay safe guys. Buti na lang sinuspend na ng government yung classes, yung mga pasok. So, hindi na kailangan sumuong ng mga tao sa ulan. Anyway, so, for today's episode, I'll just do an audio podcast. I'll just do an audio podcast. I'm not really feeling that well, so hindi maganda sa video yung pag-ubuka ko. So yeah, we'll stick to audio video just like the old days. So today I wanted to dive into something I've been going through myself, and it's isolation. I started when I started working from home, I also have the freedom to, work anywhere, travel. At first, syempre enjoy pa. I tend to travel with friends until syempre yung mga friends ko na yun, hindi rin sila work from home. So ako na lang mag-isa. And I started loving doing things alone. Traveling to places alone. Having those experiences even alone, like kahit kumain sa labas, go do these things. Pag gusto kong pumunta ng let's say massage place, I'll just go alone. Like hindi ako masyado aantay, alam mo yun, na saka na lang. Hindi ganun yung personality ko. Pag may gusto ako, let's go do this. So it's so easy to start enjoy being alone. So, but sometimes a little too much. And while self-love and independence are more important, there is a fine line between isolation and solitude. So today I wanted to talk about what it's not okay to isolate yourself and why having real, human connection is so important. So yung personal struggle ko is okay, so how can I start this? I grew up as an only child. So alam mo yun, sanay akong maging independent, sanay akong maglaro mag-isa. I also had a strong mom as a role model. So alam mo yun, alam ko na she can handle everything on her own. Siya yung breadwinner namin. And she always made me think, hindi naman siya, but it made me think that I should always be strong. Alam mo yun, self-sufficient, not dependent on anyone. And then, fast forward to being in an adult life. Alam mo yun, work from home, traveling alone, living independently. It becomes so easy for me to get used to my own company. Na sometimes, siguro nakikita to ng mga friends ko na it is selfish. Lalo na yung mga may kapatid. Sanay sila mag-share. Sanay sila maghantay for someone or somebody. But for me, hindi siya pagiging selfish. Hindi ako madamot, guys, ha. Hindi ako madamot. May nakita ko tuloy na naalala ko TikTok na nakita ko about being only child. Hindi rin siya madamot. If there is something that I am eating, kunyari lang I have a chips, I won't share it with you. Will even buy you your own like bag of chips. Hindi sa madamot ako, but I wanted you to also have the same amount that I have. Ganun yung thinking ko of being generous. So, kahit sa mga lakad, hindi ako yung tao na pag ayaw mo, hindi kita pipilitin. There are times, yes, napipilit ka, tara na, punta tayo. Kasi alam ko na mas masaya na to go out with friends, to be with someone doing these experiences. Pero hindi ako yung tao na pipilitin kita. Kung ayaw mo, kung hindi mo to nakikita as joy, something that you would like to do, hindi kita pipilitin. Tough love din ako when it comes to giving advices. Hindi ako yung girl na sige, andito ka pa. Alam mo yun, hindi ako magaling sa comforting na ganyan. I'd rather makipagbardagulan sa'yo, tell you the truth. Ako yung best friend mo. Si Beauty Gonzalez sa mga Tony Gonzaga movies. So, real talk lang ako, girl. Hindi kita ayoko magmukha kang tanga. Yun lang. So, ayun na nga, ina-isolate ko yung sarili ko. Siguro na, napansin ko na ina-isolate ko yung sarili ko nung lumalakad na ako mag-isa. Mas pinipili ko na to do things alone. Kahit na alam ko na may option ako to do an activity or go to a place na may kasama ako. Mas gugustuhin ko na maging mag-isa kesa sa, to have company. Even on dates. And then later on, parang napansin ko na kahit na lang simpleng human interaction, tinatamad na ako. Like, I find it, I see it as a waste of time. Kahit yung mga getting to know dinners, tinatamad na ako. Kasi parang feeling ko, di naman to worth it kausap eh. Ito na naman yung pag-uusapan namin. So, guys, I am part of an app pala. Nag-sign up ako for Time Left app. So, this app, alam ko nakita nyo na to. Or if not, if you're not familiar, you're gonna sign up for an app and then this app would pair you to at least 6 or 7 people to have dinner with them na wala kang idea kung sino sila. The only thing that you know about them is from what industry they are and how many people, and then the app will give you where you're gonna dine in for dinner. So, I usually go to those dinners and then parang later on tinatamad na ako kasi parang alam mo yun, get to know, tas ang babaw lang ng connection. Like, okay, so, small talk, nainis ako sa ganun eh. Parang, wala ba akong sustansyang makukuha sa'yo? Something like that. So, tinamad na rin ako doon. Kahit na lumabas ng grocery, tinatamad na ako. Like, dati, akala ko, hindi ako magiging ganitong tao. Kasi I find joy going to grocery. Alam mo yun, bumili ng kailangan ko. Ngayon, tinatamad na ako lumabas, tinatamad na ako makipagchikahan, tinatamad na ako makakita ng ibang tao. I even pay like Grab to buy me stuff. Akala ko hindi ako magiging ganitong type ng tao, but personality or whatever. But when I saw the convenience, when I saw that it's a waste of time, ginagawa ko na siya. And hindi siya biglaan for me, just alam mo yun, pakonti-konti, it creeped up on me. So, ayun nga. So, I find it just being practical alone. Ayoko mag-aksaya ng oras talking with other people. Small talk. Kung wala akong makuha sa'yo, no. Kung hindi kita kailangan, no. And, I think my view of people and life started to feel jaded. And, I saw myself slipping into these depressive episodes. And all I wanted to do was to just hustle and earn. But I was actually pala starting to shut out the very connections that are meaningful in my life. Kahit yung family ko, kahit yung close friends ko. So, why I think isolation is not healthy. So, alam ko independence is very empowering, but it leads to so much, or it can turn into loneliness. So, humans are wired for connection with or without our world. Our world shrinks. So, less laughter, less perspective, less warmth. And sometimes being in isolation feeds you more negative thoughts and might amplify health struggles. So, nangyayari to sa akin na parang, dahil wala ka ng ibang nakakausap, kung ano yung tumatakbo sa utak ko, parang yun na lang at yun na lang yung paulit-ulit hanggang sa naniniwala na ako na yun na yung reality ko. It sounds weird, but you know when you're overthinking, walang nag-i-interrupt or walang ibang viewpoint na pwedeng maka-disrupt dun sa thinking mo na yun. Let's say if you have a friend and then may problema ka, 'di ba? Kapag sinarili mo siya, kung ano lang yung viewpoint mo, syempre mga worst case scenario yung iniisip mo, yun lang yung tatatak sa utak mo, yun na yung i-expect mo, yun na yung ma-attract mo. Whereas if you have someone you can talk to kapag nagkaroon ka ng problema, they can give you advice, they can make your perspective lighter by giving you like this tingle of optimism dun sa nangyayari sa'yo. And it gives you hope. Hindi siya yung ikaw lang mag-isa, hindi lang ikaw yung nagkikarry, wala man siyang gawin, si friend na yan or someone na yan, wala man siyang gawin sa problema mo, but just being there, being alone, being there to listen to you, or better if he or she can give advice, is a big thing to your mental health. So, ayun lang. For people who are isolating themselves, alam ko nagiging mas gusto nyo na mag-spend time alone because you are in a hustle era. Still make time to, connect with other people. May it be friends, family. I don't know if dogs or cats or like, your pets will do. But, yeah, try to make a connection with someone kasi it will at least remove your head from all the stresses, your worries, or your anxiety. So, next, ano yung importance ng social life and connection? So, friends or families are there to remind us that we're more than just our jobs or our to-do list or our goals. So, totoo yan. Parang, when you spend time or talk with someone else and then nag-share sila ng kung ano nangyayari sa buhay nila, you tend to think na, ay, hindi lang pala yung mundo ko yung tumatakbo. Alam mo, mali. Hindi lang pala ako yung may problema. Meron din palang mundong ibang ginagalawan yung mga tao sa paligid ko. Hindi lang pala yung sa akin. Alam mo yun, yung conversations that you will have with these people, even just the small things or small ones, will give you us joy. Mag-ground ka and makakapagbigay sa'yo ng new perspectives. Even change your perspective. Ito nangyari sa akin to lately. Most of the time pala. So, when I meet people, kahit sa mga friends ko na, I always challenge their viewpoints or something. I'll ask a question and then hindi ko siya sinasadya but I just wanted to ask kung bakit ganun sila mag-isip. Ask questions and figure out why they think that way or bakit ganun yung perspective nila on a certain subject. Hindi ko sila sa china-challenge but I just wanted to see what their perspective on that kind of topic. And if I see that my perspective is medyo doesn't make sense and their perspective is the one that I think is good or mas okay. Hindi ako I don't shy away to changing my opinion on a subject or something. So, ayun lang. Um, it it is good kasi hindi ka nagiging jaded, hindi ka nagiging close-minded on things in life. Kahit pa ano yan, politics, religion, ano ba, lahat. Hindi ka nagiging close-minded. Nagkakaroon ka ng ibang viewpoint. Um, hindi lang yung sayo. I know there are like videos, mayroong social media, may YouTube na you can just listen to and then might change your perspective on something or learn from it. But iba pa rin yung may human interaction that you could just straight away ask a question. Iba yung dating sa akin. And also, study shows na if you have like strong social ties, this link to better mental health or even longer lives. So, ang bottom line ko lang is, human connection is not optional. It's essential. Akala ko talaga dati, I can live on my own. I can be alone. Kasi meron pa mga sa social media that feeds you na isolate yourself if you wanted to grow, if you wanted to achieve big things in life, do things alone, walang ibang tutulong sa'yo. But it's not that they would give you help sa goal mo eh. It's more of they will be able to give help to, still become sane even though you're still doing the things or, managing your goals. Diba? Second, fourth pala, what are ways that you could break isolation? So first, you can start small, say yes to one social plan a week. So, meet with friends, ask them, makipag-chat ka sa kanila. Alam ko nakakatamad mag-reply, but kapag nag-chat sila, pag nag-text sila sa mga group chat, mga memes, try a way to reply to them. Kahit mga memes lang yan, patulad mo. Alam mo yon, it's still a human connection. It's still an interaction eh. Na parang enjoy ka pa pala. Parang it still build that connection. Dati, meron akong habit. Kung alam kong habit or if this is a behavior on where I tend to delay my replies to people. Kahit, alam mo, alam ko hindi lang ako yung gumagawa nito, but may nakita ka ng message from someone, kasi odang relationship or friends lang o family. Nakita mo na yung message. Alam mo na pumasok siya. Pero, hindi mo muna siya babasahin. Yung nag-pop up lang na notification, alam mo na yung sagot eh. Kaya mo na sagutin right there and then. Pero i-delay mo pa kasi wala ka pa sa mood. One thing is, na binago ko about it is, when I see it, I reply right away. Just to keep things moving. Kasi, when you reply, and the person also that needs your reply or your answer replies back to you, edi nagawa nyo ni kung ano yung certain thing that you want to decide or to do. And then, makakaabot ka na dun sa end goal. Parang sa work eh. Nag-message yung boss mo sa'yo kahit di mo pa working hours. If he, is waiting for your answer, aantayin mo pa ba na umabot yan ng 7 o'clock? For me, ng time in mo. For me, sasagutin ko siya right there and then kung anong kailangan niya. Kasi alam ko na naman yung sasagot ko eh. But, I will tell my boss na, boss, I'll do that when nag-time in na ako. Ganun lang. Nakakainis din kasi yung feeling na ikaw naman yung nag-send ng message and then alam mong online siya, green na green. But this one I respect kasi baka mamaya they're busy or they're doing something on their phone that they can't reply. But sometimes kasi na alam mo, isang sagot na lang yung inaantay mo. Pero aabutin pa siya ng 24 hours. So, for me, yun na yung bago kong sinusunod na rule for my life. If I see something na I can reply right away, I know the answer, gagawin ko agad. I'm really sorry sa mga friends, mga relatives, mga friends. That took me a while for me to reply. I will reply sabihin ko na lang, I'll check on it later. Kasi I know the feeling on the other end, waiting for a reply from someone. So, ayun lang, nawala tuloy ako. So, yun. Say yes to one social plan a week. Mix work with social. Go to co-working spaces, coffee shop, networking events. Ito sa mga nag-work from home. Ito nga eh. I'll sign up again for a co-working space here in Taguig. Kasi, iba yung feeling na hindi lang ikaw yung busy. You see other people, kahit hindi mo sila kausapin, but you know that there is someone who's also doing the same thing as you. Na nag-work din sila. They're striving to have to get them their goals. And also there are studies show na when you work with someone who is high achiever and you work like ilang meters ba yun away from them, you tend to like be motivated to do more things, be more productive. Kasi nakikita mo na as inspiration yung taong high achiever na yun. So, ayun lang, i-search niyo yan online. Nakita ko lang din siya sa videos na ganun nga. Sabi ko, ay talaga, can I work with someone intelligent na? Charing. Doon ako sa tabi ng office niya. Charot lang. But yeah, it gets me motivated. Siguro isa pang thing, that's why I'm kind of like in a depressive episode right now, is I work at night na. Hindi na araw yung pasok ko. So, wala na akong nakikitang taong gumagalaw. Even though yung view ko is facing the city, so nakakita ko ng mga cars, people walking around. Pero pag gabi, wala ka na makikitang, alam mo yun, you tend to feel like you're alone in the world. Na ikaw lang yung gising. Na, I don't know if I would still continue working on a graveyard, but yun lang, isang difficulties din yan when you're working from home and it's late night. And, next is ito pa pala, mix work with social. Challenge yourself to talk with someone. Kahit sa coffee shop lang, kahit sa grocery, or wherever you go. If you're working alone at home, try to walk outside and have a conversation with a stranger. Or even just someone that you know from like a coffee shop ka. Have a conversation with them. Ito ginagawa ko siya lately. I go to a coffee shop, but then I walk on a park here. And then I tend to start a conversation with someone. Kahit tatanungin ko lang, hey, where did you get that shoes? Or how old is your dog? Parang, it makes me feel a little joy in me that people see me. And I also see that the person who I speak with lights up because napansin ko sila. Nagets ba yun? Napansin ko na ang ganda ng shoes niya. Napansin ko na how healthy his dog is. Something like that. So, it's not just giving a joy to yourself, it's also on the person, diba? Next is treat errands as opportunity to interact instead of always outsourcing them. So, ito nga, guilty ako dito na I tend to just order from Grab everything. Kasi hodang toiletries, cheese powder. Alala ko kahapon, napakalala. Cheese powder na lang, girl. Sa baba ng kondo ko may grocery. Nagpa-grab pa ako. Okay. So, ayun. Make time to go out. Alam mo yun. Para din alam mo kung magkano yung bilihin ngayon. Para makapag-isip-isip ka na ano na nangyayari sa ekonomiya ng Pilipinas. Alam mo yun. Ay, okay. Nagpadala po ng warning. Anyway, so ayun nga. Next, keep in touch with family and friends through calls or video chats. Ito totoo to. Most of the people I know na, let's say, expat or living somewhere far from their family, they have a scheduled video call or meeting with their families. Let's say, every Sunday, magkakaroon sila ng video call or video chat with their parents. Kasi, ito, lalo na sa mga malalayo, hindi mo naman na sila madaling makita, diba? But at least, nakakausap mo sila, nakakamusta mo sila. nalulungkot tuloy ako kasi pag matanda na yung parents mo, dun mo na talaga ma-appreciate na they're still alive, they're still healthy, that they're still here, that they're still the people who would always be your, alam mo yun, someone would cheer you up, would love you unconditionally. So, even just scheduling a call, a video call with them, guys, do it. Actually, mas importante pa sa akin yung family than friends. I'd rather spend time with my family than my friends. So, ayun lang. Next is balance the hustle and balance the hustle with human moments. After all, success feels better when shared. So, totoo to. So I have goals, 'di ba? So, nilista ko yung mga goals ko. And then when I reach those goals na ako lang mag-isa, it feels good. Yes, it feels fulfilling. Pero, alam mo, it kind of feels lonely kasi you don't have someone to share it with. Kahit na sabihin ko, ako nag-hustle para makuha ko tong goal na to, you don't have someone to, celebrate it with. So, iba pa din yung feeling na someone would cheer you up, na someone would not even just say na you did good or happy for you because you were able to achieve something, but, at least someone you could share it with. Diba? Na you're happy, na, alam mo yun, ma-share mo sa kanya na masaya ka din. Alam mo yun, masaya. If only I could give tokens, yung joy as tokens lang, na hindi ko na kailangan mag-spend time with them, I'll do it. Lumaki ako siguro na ang love language ko is gifts. So, pag masaya ako, I'll show my love to people by giving them gifts. So, pag binigyan kita ng mamahaling gamit, alam mo na kung, hindi ko siya min-measure as yun yung, how much I love you, but, you know that I worked hard for it. You know that I thought of you buying those gifts. I know that, alam mo na, pinag-isipan ko talaga na ito yung regalo ko sa'yo kasi I know that it would help you on your daily tasks or whatever. So, ayun lang. So, balance hustle with human moments. After all, success feels better when shared. So, ayun. So, ayun lang. Sa akin, ang advice ko lang, especially sa mga tao mahilig mag-isolate, is please don't. Sayang ang panahon. Life is short. Alam ko there are experiences that sometimes you have to go through alone, but as much as possible, try to, share the experiences with others. Kasi yun naman ang point ng life eh. To love and be loved, experience things, learn from other people, learn something about yourself that you could share or be value to other people. So, yun lang. Please don't isolate yourself kasi it might also, especially kung mahina-hina ang mental health mo, girl, tatamaan ka na, alam mo yun, baka maging depressive ka. And, sa mga nakikinig na, sanay maging alone, only child, girl, kailangan mo ilabas yan. Kailangan mo lumabas. Huwag kang mahiyang humingi ng tulong. Huwag kang mahiyang, you feel lonely. Huwag kang mahiyang, to open up with friends that you feel lonely. Kung hindi ka nila trip kasama, they find someone else. If wala talaga, do it alone. But, at least try. Try. Okay, so babes, here's what I've learned. So growing up independent and strong made it easy for me to be alone. But, being isolated doesn't makes us stronger. Actually, it makes life smaller. So, yung mga glow up, yung mga solo mission, they're meant to be shared with people who matter. So, ikaw na lang ang pipili who you wanted to really share those moments. And one thing I also learned is convenience is nice, but connection is what makes us thrive. So, ayun lang. Sana may napulot kayo dito sa konting chika. episode na to. Thanks for tuning in Bloomer Bay Podcast. If this episode if this episode hits home, follow us on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and YouTube. Share it with your friend who might need a reminder to step out of isolation. Until next time, stay hotter, stay smarter, richer, and most importantly, stay connected. Buyers!